actually made a prediction that in 2-3 years' time, we're probably going to see the first leveraged unicorn company that has one person running the whole team. Because every function in that team, in my opinion, will be agent run. OpenAI dropped an agent mode. Manas has been doing this.
Of course, you and I have been using Manas from the first time we talked about it.
Yes,
it's been
amazing. Like, we haven't even talked about
the Grok in the room.
but the Grok in the room is also like a big thing to argue.
So, there's I want to throw a statement out there. A thesis I have actually.
A thesis?
Yes, and you're going to just chew on it, let it sit, and then we can talk about it in another episode.
The wise say.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Throw it.
Venture capital is the most effective form of philanthropy.
It's the most effective form of philanthropy.
Don't say anything. Chew on it.
Yes. I do that premise actually.
No. Okay. That's for another episode. That's for another episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we to start, man?
But yeah, anyway,
let's get into it.
I was having a debate with a colleague of mine today, and I guess I'm still in that fighting mode. So I just had to bring that in here.
Bring the fight. Bring the fight.
But my first
Does it
question,
concern us?
not really.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. So, have you been getting AI ads in the recent past?
Funny enough, I have not, actually. I don't know. My algorithm is still... You know what? I actually don't get ads in general, I pay for YouTube. I'm one of those guys. So I genuinely never see any ads.
Yeah! Super cool, bro!
Fair.
Yeah, and I think YouTube is my most consumed social media app, if anything. So, yeah.
Again, that's fair.
But if I were not...
If you are not,
maybe,
probably.
you tell me.
Me have been receiving. It's actually a very interesting situation for me.
Okay.
Because I get the same 5 ads. 4 of them are AI, and one of them has to do with astrology. And if you've never broken your bone, you might be one of us.
It is astrology.
Yes. Download this app and find out which kind of a witch you are, and what kind of seeker. Scan your eyes.
Users beware. We're not about to get into zodiac signs right now.
we most definitely are.
Okay.
I just told you I found out I'm a kind of witch.
Let's start with the 4 main as you're getting.
It's so interesting. I actually asked myself, is it that AI is so good that they know these are the only ads worth showing to me? Or is it that it's also so broken that it's serving ads that I for a fact will never use? Because the other guy says, I don't know if you've broken any bone, you're not one of us. I'm broken.
Okay, you know what? First of all, users need to comment. If you're getting any AI ads, some of us are probably, ostriches. But those AI ads are you really getting?
There's one ad that I don't know. To be honest, I don't want to say it is stop recommending because I don't know what. The other ads could be worse. But there's one where it's 2 guys talking. They're like, "Why do you cancel me Jenny subscription?" And the other person is saying, "I found this hidden AI that does everything I need for one-time cost." And then every time I see it, I saw it for a while until I realized even the people saying that ad are also
it's probably
because it started with 2 ladies, and then the next time I saw the ad, it was 2 guys saying the exact same thing, wearing the exact same kind of outfit, color scheme. I was like, it's getting a bit too.
It's getting a bit
too real.
Otherwise, bro, have we noticed they all use Scarlett Johansson's voice, for the female AI voice overs.
Is it the
maybe it's less
the OpenAI were trying to license a voice
exactly.
She didn't give them consent or something.
The moment Scarlett Johansson did that lawsuit against them, I could never unhear the Scarlett Johansson voices. So I think in my head maybe they're just it's overly emphasized in terms of the AI voiceovers that I hear. The other ones just sound like those YouTube auto readers. They just I can literally tell when it's an AI VA.
And then there was this other one, which was it talked about how you can give it's text to speech, but you can give it the accents in between. And so that can start talking, and he switches to Australian, then switches to French. But
France is probably easy.
yeah, but I sort of got me thinking. Like I really got the vibe that this person is probably Australian.
Wait, what?
starting with a British, starting with like a kind of normal accent, then goes into his normal one. Because when I heard the French, I was like, either French is like a caricature, or it just really sounds cartoonish.
It's just too easy, man.
Is it really this cartoonish in real life? But maybe it is. I mean, I wouldn't put it per se being actual AI, but
I wouldn't have it. You know, when you told me you were getting a lot of AI ads, the first thought I had was like, everyone is now trying to do like a specialized AI tool. And AI has become like the buzzword for like almost every product right now. Everyone is trying to say the product is AI powered. So I wouldn't be shocked if we're getting a lot of ads from like SaaS tools that are just trying to push the...
except of what getting for SaaS tools.
Yeah, that's actually what's weird. Is it like these fundamental models like Gemini or, I don't know, or maybe now Perplexity or whatever, this kind of thing?
The obscure whatever model they're using.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was just an intro into
Oh.
the main stories that we had.
Okay.
And once again, as if it's any surprise that
We're back.
we put the A in AI.
We're back. We put the agentic.
We put
It's the AI. Anyway.
So there were a couple of stories that I think fit a theme, and I wanted to just run by you. Again, they have to do with AI, but
We need to preface here that I did not bring this docket. This is all Evans, but I'm a prophet. Anyway, go ahead.
false prophet.
Okay, anyway.
Anyway,
Go
so we've seen a recent surge of, I think, two themes or two patterns repeating themselves. So one, we are seeing AI organizations get into the business of building browsers. So, recently we talked about the browser company,
Dear.
Dia. I'm trying to remember the other browsers, but every companies are starting to launch their own browsers. I think even OpenAI is on road to
Is in talks. Is in talks.
yeah, same thing with Anthropic. And then the other part that I saw as well was these OpenAI tools, not OpenAI, these AI tools are also trying vigorously getting into the code editor space.
So Amazon dropped what? Kiro?
just dropped Kiro.
Yeah.
There was this whole thing with Google. Is it Google trying to buy Windsurf? No. It was OpenAI trying to buy Windsurf.
Stuff, and then it ended up being the Devin guys, the Cognition.
Yes.
Cognition buying Windsurf instead.
So there's a lot of movement. And the third thing, actually, not the third, yeah, the third of four things is that who these guys that do Cloudflare. Cloudflare have now started blocking AI crawlers. And again, it just looks like as if the patterns, but I think it's setting up a general theme that we're seeing. And my thesis might be that we're getting to a point where data is now, we're running out of data, more or less. Or rather, people are putting guardrails around protecting their data, those who can. I mean, people who do books, just forget. I mean,
It's
Anthropic
GGs,
just...
it's GGs.
Yeah, but now people who do have data like websites and these CDNs, they're putting blockers.
For crawling.
Yes, and now the AI organizations themselves are just trying to skip past that and go direct to the consumer, so that as you are using their browser in their agentic way, you are also giving them training data. This way, they don't have to try to. I mean, if you're doing the rendering of the websites, they're also doing the crawling of the website. So, I think that's kind of what I'm saying. I'd like to hear what you're saying.
I think I'd first of all back up that argument in two parts, but let's just back it up a little bit. First of all, like some 5 or so episodes ago, and the reason I call myself Elijah is when I talked about agentic AI, pretty in depth, about it being the strongest conviction for capital movers getting into this year, where people are allocating a lot of capital into either companies that are going to be getting into the trend of doing agentic, like really using agentic AI, but more in the customer back end, building tools, applications, or tooling, or even the current existing tooling that are coming from the customer back end, but building on top of agents, which is basically models that you send out to go do tasks. Now, that trend has already been validated over the recent couple of weeks. OpenAI dropped an agent mode Manas has been
You
doing
and
this.
of course, you and I have been using Manas
We've
for
been using Manas
from
for
the
quite
first
some
time we talked about it.
Yes,
It's
and
been
amazing. Like Manas is like, I mean, props to all the consultants and the researchers guys, because bruh, like Manas is just
No one is
doing
safe.
no one is safe, man. No one is safe. But I made a theory. Actually, I made a prediction that in 2-3 years' time, we're probably gonna see the first leveraged unicorn company that has one person running the whole team, because every function in that team, in my opinion, will be agent run. So I'm thinking HR, support, now even software engineering.
And when you say unicorn, you're talking billion-dollar valuation.
I'm talking a company that has $1 billion valuation with one solo founder. I think we're like 3 years out.
I don't know, man. I think that's a bit.
Anyway, I mean, it's a bit.
You're stretching too
It's a
much
bit
on
out there. It's a bit out there, but I truly see that being such a reality. Especially there were two things that I mentioned: agentic AI and MCP. That whole
Define MCP. Could you-
model control protocol, where agents can now communicate with other agents to leverage like expertise with from specialized agents in a particular function. And that's why I think when you think about an organization in terms of departments, if I have agents in every department, or an agent that is very specialized in one particular function, and they can all communicate effectively, especially through things like MCP, which was pioneered by Claude. It's a deep topic, we can get into it in another episode, but that was the first.
Yeah, but it basically means now machines can interact with machines without needing.
Especially where knowledge work is concerned. So that leaves the question of, we've always been debating the state of AI, and we're probably going to be debating that for the next foreseeable couple of years, because it's going to be such a paradigm shift when it comes to like knowledge work. So that's the first thesis. The second thing that you mentioned was beyond agentic AI. If I could just like, but wait, what is the second argument you
Data.
Data. No. In terms of data, wait, what was it exactly about data?
That we're running out of data.
Well, that is I think that's an interesting argument, because I'd say yes and no, because I think when you think about what goes into fundamental models, the first thing is training, right? It's the quality of training and the compute power that you have. So basically, how much in resourcing do you have to be able to consume all these input tokens that you're getting in terms of like training data, right? And then the quality and the quantity. Now, the quality of training data is usually because the reason why companies like Scale AI became super valuable, because it needed the human interface to label and to characterize data and things like that. And so big tech companies had like massive contracts with a company like Scale to basically purchase like labeled data from them. In a nutshell, that's a very simplified version, but it's probably way more complex than that. But if I could pull like from an argument from what I'm seeing with XAI and Grok. In fact, we haven't even talked about
Grok. The Grok in the room.
But the Grok in the room is also like a big thing to argue. But I'd say a company like Tesla has proven with something like full self-driving, and the reason as why they're so way in advance, like way ahead of most let's say FSD-based driving companies, full self-driving companies, it's because of usage of synthetic data, which in my opinion is like just AI labeling data for itself. Because I think it gets to a point where you're getting enough data being labeled by humans that you really are not getting a lot of benefit. Like we're like at the tail end of the curve. We're hitting diminishing returns.
On the quality of well-labeled data.
Or the quality of well-labeled data, because you can use already the wealth of the wealth of labeled data to train our AIs to label data for itself. So that's one thing. And then the final thing that you mentioned was about distribution. Actually, that was the point that I was going for.
I was going to bring that up as a second point, that perhaps another way to look at it is that, you see, we've gone past just having a platform where you go and you ask questions, get back knowledge. Like that part is kind of done, is saturated. Now we get to a point where it's like you need to go to the next level of distribution, where now you embed yourself in whatever this person's workflow is.
Yeah.
I don't know why they've chosen engineers as but maybe it's because it's engineers who are building this thing, so they're the most enthusiastic about it. They're the ones that will create the biggest, platform
Value point
for even other businesses and so on. So perhaps that's one of the reasons why code editors are a big thing.
But you started talking about the trendier thing with browsers.
Yes, but even with
That's
browsers, now you're going straight to the customer.
Yes.
You're trying to inject your product into the way they go about their normal
So I have a theory.
workflow.
I have a theory. I don't think it's always the best product that wins
Yes.
in the internet era. I think it's the product with the best distribution.
I don't even think that's just in the internet era, man.
Maybe it goes way even
Been
way
drinking
past.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's not even, it's not the best drink, it's the one with the most distribution. So in the same manner, I think, and to the argument, to the point of being vertically integrated, a lot of these big model-based companies, like, the Googles, the big tech guys, they have to think about vertical growth, and pretty much the next layer of distribution looks like the browser. So in my opinion, it makes solid sense for companies to try to angle in and try to reach out for that distribution, especially now with the companies like Cloudflare, blocking crawlers, like for scraping. The other day I was running Manus to do like some research thing I was doing for work, and I was watching it, and I also tried out ChatGPT agent mode side by side, and I was so shocked the amount of times it was hitting the wall where, this site is blocked, like so many, because in one deep research run that typically that ChatGPT and now Manus would do, they're almost always scraping around 60, 70 websites to give me my output, like of the research material that I want to see. And I was seeing like a good chunk of that was either redacted, you need to sign in, and the sign-ins have like the captures and everything. So it was always hitting that wall and going back and going back and going back. So I was thinking to myself, I don't know if data is still king, but I still think there's a value to data.
Resurgence where people, even in the industry, is not looking at, but how can they draw value out of their own data?
And do you think, I was thinking about it the other day, isn't this like the best thing that would happen for companies like Quora or Reddit? Like these guys never monetized well.
Reddit, I believe, have an exclusive deal with Google.
Yeah.
From what wrong. Let them
script the data.
To train their models with their data.
Quora,
I do not know. Let's check.
That's interesting. And that brings me to the Grok in the room. I think that's a Grok in the room. There are two opposite sides of addressing Grok today.
Yeah.
One, Grok 4. Is it Grok 4 or 5? I don't even know.
Whatever the latest Grok is.
Yeah, whatever the latest Grok is, pretty much leapfrogged almost every other base model.
Yes.
In terms of like benchmarks that it was.
Not only in performance, but in political incorrectness as well.
No, that political incorrectness is the thing that actually was quite interesting. Yeah. Do you want to double click on that one?
I was asking myself, is putting less guardrails actually beneficial to getting a more optimum performing model? Is it the fact that, hey, this thing can just go, like you really don't know what, like it's like that one intelligent guy in the class who was also kind of crazy. Like you never really knew.
Maybe it's the craziness that
maybe they'll give you a straight answer. Maybe we'll just lose it. Like, and that's kind of the thing that I'm getting with Grok. It's like, hey, you don't know what you're gonna get, but you just know whatever you get is authentic. It really thought about it, and it's gonna give it. It doesn't care.
One thing I think about Grok is that it's just it is a product of what X is.
Yes.
And X is a mosh pit of unhinged crazy sentiments that go viral.
And that's the other thing. Grok almost mirrors its owner.
Yeah.
You forget Twitter. It mirrors Elon Musk so much that it's like if you replaced that, if you replaced the Grok thumbnail and put Elon Musk's avatar there, would you really be shocked?
You know what? I'm gonna commit to like really working through like a lot of my workflows with Grok for the next like 2 weeks. when you come and shoot the next episode, or maybe the next time we're addressing state of AI, because it sounds like there's just a lot of meat there to be covered.
Yeah.
But I want to use Grok myself like heavily, even for like the deep research type stuff, the agentic modes, and I know all of these base models, but they're all adding like agentic modes. So that's gonna be interesting.
If you've enjoyed watching us fight for our lives, as we try to give you great content, please drop a like, a subscribe. If you're unsubscribing, don't forget to hit confirm. If you please follow us on, we say we're not on Discord or not on X. Just follow us wherever you see the word admin access. Just click like,
Instagram, TikTok.
yes.
I think that's where we are now.
And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Cheers.